Hey, welcome back everyone, it's me, Mr. 4K. So we're finally out of beta, and PlayStation VR 2 version, it's officially open for everyone on a standard copy of the game. So what does this mean? This means that you don't need the beta version anymore. You can delete it if you want to. You can remove it from your PlayStation because they're done with the beta. Uh, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to keep the beta, keep it, but they're done with it. I would just remove it from your PlayStation. Um, so this is now with your standard copy of full version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on your PlayStation 5. What does that mean? That means that you don't have to download any betas. This is now officially included with a standard copy of PS5. And whatever additional updates in the future they install, they will be part of this. So is there anything that's changed? And that's what I'm going to be looking at here. Do I see any drastic changes? Is there anything different? We're currently in Miami and it's raining actually, and really is raining. Do I notice any changes? It's a little bit clear and a little bit brighter, maybe because of the HDR. Sure, HDR certainly adds to the visual fidelity. It's a little bit vivid. You know, that foveated, I think they worked on that foveated rendering, honestly, because a lot of people complained about it. So, I think they have fixed a little bit the foveated rendering, and foveated rendering looks a little bit more vivid in the distance. What do I mean? What I mean by foveated rendering is I don't have to constantly adjust my headset, you know, to see in the distance. I can clearly see in the distance, even with this rain, and it's heavy rain that it's pouring right now in Miami, which is true, it is. So the foveated rendering, it looks to me like it has been fixed, which is great. I don't know, like, exactly what have they fixed officially. I don't have the release notes. I have to look at the release notes, obviously. And once I look at the release notes, then I'll be able to tell you, you know, exactly what have they fixed here. I also noticed, besides the foveated rendering, that it's you know, a little bit clearer. I also noticed that it's a little bit brighter, but that's because of the HDR. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get a little bit higher altitude. I want to get a higher altitude so we can see a little bit better. All right, so a little bit of a higher altitude here. Um, remember, I just put my headset on. I'm just checking this out. All right. I'm checking this out for the very first time on the standard edition of which is the full standard edition of PS5 version. I'm not on a beta, but here's my thing. Even the beta was good. You know, I remember 2 weeks ago when I was testing the beta. Even the beta was like great. Now, I do understand that some of you complained about the foveated rendering. What is the foveated rendering? A lot of people ask. Foveated rendering, basically, it's like making the best way to explain it without me confusing anybody. The foveated rendering is like NVIDIA's frame generation. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail how the whole concept works, okay? I'm not going to spend like 10-15 minutes like Digital Foundry going at all the nitty-gritty of it. If you understand how the frame generation works on the NVIDIA GPU, then you'll understand the trick that they're using with foveated rendering on Sony's PSVR 2, okay? That should give you some good idea, okay? So it's kind of like that. Now, the only caveat with foveated rendering is because of the, duplication of the imagery to make it more faster and more smoother, so you can move around and make it look a little bit faster, right? So it looks like you're in a really good frame. It's a little bit of a cheating, if you will. There's also a blurriness around it, so your eyes are only, whatever you focused on using the eye tracking, focused on what you're focused on. But everything that you're not focused on your left and right, gets blurred out. And even the stuff in the distance gets blurred out. Why? To give you a better performance of looking around and moving around, right? Because that's the whole idea of VR. It's for you to be able to move around and look around, right? To make it look more realistic. And I agree, you do need that realism, right? Just like in real life, your head needs to move around naturally, right? But the caveat with the foveated rendering, just like with the Gran Turismo 7, it was the fact that it was blurring everything around you. It was blurring the stuff in the distance. It was blurring the stuff in the left and right. And a lot of people complained about that. So it seems like here that they were able to adjust it a little bit to make it look more vivid, which I think it's great. And I also noticed that the use of HDR makes the screen look brighter, and it is brighter with this OLED screen. And look, I'm giving you a reference based on what my experience was with the beta 2 weeks ago. So that's what I'm giving you, the reference here. Reference from the beta, out of the beta now into the official release. But remember, this is always going to be updated. This is never like, oh, this is the official version. Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's never an official version. It's always being updated. There's always updates. So same thing with this. The only difference now is that they're not in the beta stages anymore. Now they're in the official version of the game with the PlayStation VR 2. So now you will see, the update 5 and all the other updates in the future. And I think all these updates in the future will make this VR experience look even better. And quite honestly, for a console, this is groundbreaking. This is what I try to tell everyone. Listen, even this video, I'm just giving you my feedback, but until you actually try this, you really don't know. Like the VR, it's something that has to be tried. And and I'm a veteran when it comes to VR. I have a MetaQuest 2, MetaQuest 3. Dude, I have so many VR headsets. Original PlayStation VR, PlayStation VR 2. So VR, it's really nothing new for me. It might be new for some of you, but it's like nothing new for me. All I can tell you about the VR is that it's something that you need to try. And the fact that a console, PlayStation 5, has this available, it's pretty remarkable. But this also begs the question that I have: what about the PS5 Pro? What advantages are they going to be using from PSSSR 2? A little extra juice on the PS5 Pro GPU and CPU, right? So this is one of the reasons why I want to buy a PS5 Pro. I keep telling everybody that I want to buy a PS5 Pro, and one of the reasons is because I want to take the advantage of PS5 Pro extra juice for this game. And of course, I will benefit greatly with the PS5 Pro if Asobo uses every ounce of that juice on PS5 Pro, which I'm sure that Asobo will do that to make this experience even more remarkable. Okay? So, my first impressions are, this is great, looks great, looks amazing, especially for a console. Even during the rain, I can see everything clearly, man. Nothing gets blurry, nothing gets like stuttering. Everything's just up and up, smooth as a butter. Okay, no issues, no stalling, no mishaps. It's just great. Keep in mind, on a PC, man, this was a nightmare to run, dude. Okay, running a VR on a PC has always been a nightmare. You always have to constantly tweak everything, adjust everything. The fact that this is tailor-made for a console and it's easy to use, right? Easy to plug and play, right? With the PSVR 2, you just plug it in to your PlayStation 5. The convenience is what you're going to get with the PlayStation VR 2. So remember, you are paying for that convenience. On a PC, there's no convenience on a PC. Listen. Like, I have a PC. You guys know that. You've seen my ultra-wide videos. You've seen me use my PC. Okay? But at the same time, I know that PCs are, not convenient. Unlike PlayStation VR 2, PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox Series X, of course, they're more convenient. And this is why we have consoles, because of convenience, This is why I always prefer playing on a console, because it's more convenient. This is what all of the PC master race, individuals don't seem to understand what I'm trying to emphasize. And first of all, why are we comparing PC to a console in the first place, All right, so my first impressions are, oh, well, this is great. Very smooth. But remember, there will be more updates. This is not like, oh, this is it. No, there will be always updates. And with each updates, they will be perfecting this experience. This experience will be better and better and better and better. And honestly, guys, you need to try this. Now's the time to get the PlayStation VR 2. Instead of you just listening to me, you really need to try this. I know I'll be repeating myself like a broken record, saying this over and over again, but I have to repeat myself like a broken record because you have to try this. There's no any other way for me to tell you otherwise. I said the same thing for MetaQuest 3. Always people, well, what's it like using a MetaQuest 3? Well, you have to try it. It's like, what's it like watching a movie in an IMAX 3D? Oh, did you see an Avatar? Oh yeah, you've seen an Avatar on IMAX 3D. What's it like? Well, you have to go see it in IMAX 3D to see what it's like. Okay, it's not just you know people want some sort of validation to validate. I cannot validate something where you have to experience it. You know, unless you want me to repeat myself like a broken record to tell you, no, you have to try it, you have to try it. So I guess I will be a broken record where I'll have to tell you constantly that you need to try this, okay? Until you try it, you really don't have any clue, you know? So you need to try it, man. Look how beautiful this is. Like the sun is peeking behind these clouds. Wow, this is amazing. Yo, look at this, man. This is amazing. This truly is amazing. It's something that you guys need to you need to experience this. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this video. This is just a short video, me telling you what I think about the PSVR 2 version coming out of the beta. But remember, this is not, excuse me, this is not, the final update. There will be more updates coming throughout the months, throughout this year, by the end of this year. So it will only get better and better and better. And I can't wait to see, how many more airplanes they will include. What's so exciting about this now is that the store is open, right? The Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 store is open. Digital store, it's open. So that means you can buy new planes, new helicopters, new add-ons, features, etc., etc. So that's a great news. But remember, this is PlayStation, so the stuff that you have on PC will not carry over here on the PlayStation version, which kind of sucks. I wish that they made that universal, but they didn't. That's the only caveat. That you'll have to purchase these planes again and again, which kind of sucks, But I think it's still worth it, like repurchasing some of these planes, like F-22 Top Mach Studio is definitely worth repurchasing when it becomes available on the PlayStation Store. And I can't wait to see what else they're gonna add on PlayStation Store. I would love to see a Black Hawk on the PlayStation Store, so I can fly a Black Hawk helicopter. Okay, so yeah, this is great, guys. Now's the time. This is the year 2026. Now's the time to purchase PlayStation VR 2. So you too can actually see what I'm talking about, okay? So you can try it for yourself. All right? So this is like my first thoughts on out of beta. I'm starting to sound like British. Beta. Hello, it's beta. It's out of beta. Out of beta. So now you too can check it out. All right. So what does this mean? This means you don't need to download the beta version. You just need to use your standard version of the game, and that's it. And you're good to go, and the VR will be available. But of course, you will need PlayStation VR 2. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.